Today I fucked up by not opening a gift for years. This actually did happen today, but it all started several years ago. It was Christmas. I don't know what year, but I'd guess 3 to 4 Christmases ago. My uncle handed me a gift. I don't remember if I opened it in front of him, but probably not, or I would have asked about it. See, inside the normal box was a pink Sweet and Low box. Remember shaking it later and it felt like sweetener packets, so I just accepted it as a joke gift. My uncle loves a good prank, so I laughed and moved on. The box stayed untouched in my room for years. The other day I thought about making brownies for my grandma. She has problems with her blood sugar, no diabetes yet, but she has to be extra cautious about her diet. So I thought, artificial sweeteners might taste a bit funny in brownies, but anything for chocolate, am I right? Today I acted on that thought. I went searching in my room for the Sweet and Low box. Found it on the floor near my bookshelf, partially hidden under my chair. I looked up a brownie recipe and gathered the ingredients. When I got to the step with sugar, I pulled out the Sweet and Low box. Instead of being sealed shut like most boxes are straight from the store, it was taped closed. I wondered what was up with that, but didn't think much of it. When I finally opened the box, inside was some tissue paper wrapped around 2 large, soft objects. Okay, that doesn't seem like sweetener packets, was my thought at the time. Curious, I pulled out the objects. A pair of winter gloves and a hat. After all this time, it was a real gift. I bet my uncle will get a kick out of this story when quarantine is over and I can tell him in person. Too long didn't read, thought my uncle gave me sweetener packets for Christmas as a joke. Years later, I found out it was gloves and a hat. Glad it wasn't a puppy. I thought you were going to say your uncle had passed away and you weren't going to be able to tell him. Very happy to be wrong. Years ago, my in-laws sent us a large box with a bunch of small, individually wrapped presents for Christmas. Mostly things like candy and socks. They called the next day asking how I liked my new sweater. Spent hours going through the packages, and could not find the damn thing. In June, my husband decided to make some lemon cake, and found it stuffed in the cake mix box. I always thought my in-laws were their particular brand of crazy, but I guess not. Honestly thought it was going to be packs of Sweet and Low resealed with cocaine instead of sugar. You've been reading today I fucked up posts too much, my friend. I was expecting moldy food, like the remnants of a 4-year-old cake. Today I fucked up by ending my brother's relationships. Obligatory. This didn't happen today, more like 14 years ago when I was around 7 or 8 years old. It was a normal day walking home from school with my sister. We notice our brother's car parked at the bottom of our road. I ran straight up to the car and to my surprise there is my brother and his new girlfriend. Of course I get super excited, so I run to the house to tell my parents. I burst into the living room and announced Dave is in the car with his new girlfriend. Little did I know his actual current girlfriend was sat with my mother on the sofa. Long story short, his Vauxhall Corsa ended up with a small slab of concrete through the windshield. Both girls realized what he was doing and proceeded to fight in the road in front of bemused neighbors. Both girls went their separate ways and I never seen either of them again. TL Dr. Brother is a cheat. I didn't know. Now everyone knows. Edit. I've had a few messages calling me a liar. If you think that, you definitely spend far too much time on the internet. I just wanted to share my only funny story. Geez. Second edit. Thank you kind strangers for the rewards. The girlfriends should have fought with your brother, not with each other. It was more of an attack and defense fight. What happened between you and your brother? Inquiring minds want to know. I just wanna know what was going through the brother's head that he brought his side piece home, when apparently his GF was on good enough terms with the family that she was already there. I don't think he knew his current GF was in the house. Her and my parents had a great relationship, so she would visit all the time alone. Kinda sucks now thinking about it. You didn't FU, you knocked it out of the park. Your brother's girlfriends deserved to know. And to this day I still haven't been introduced to any of his new girlfriends. Ignoring the fact that what he did was a shitty thing, he shouldn't have been upset with you for it. It's not like he prepped you for such situations. The fuck up was firmly his and his alone. Well, if Op's brother possessed enough integrity to actually take responsibility for his own actions, would he have been cheating? These are character traits you won't find in scumbags. Today I fucked up by putting a used tampon in the bin. This happened a while ago, but my mum messaged me today something that reminded me of this horrendous event. I was at an ex-boyfriend's house, using his bathroom to do my business, and I wrapped my used tampon up in a bit of tissue and placed it in the bin. We went outside for a smoke, and when we came back upstairs we found, well, an absolute fucking mess if I'm honest. His dog had gone through the bathroom bin, found the tampon, decided, yum, and proceeded to tear it to pieces all across the landing. On cream carpet, might I add. My ex looked really concerned and was like, "What is that? Why is there blood?" I realized what had happened the instant I saw it and started grabbing as many pieces as I could while apologizing profusely. It got worse when I realized the dog had the string hanging out his mouth, and I had to chase him round the whole house, engaging in some sort of fucked up game of tag, the tampon version. When my ex realized what had happened, he just laughed and said, "Don't worry about it," but fuck me, I was so embarrassed. And that's the story of how my used tampon was scattered around my ex's house for all to see. Too long didn't read, I threw a used tampon in the bin, ex's dog found it and brought it out to the landing and tore it to shreds. A few of you have asked why I didn't flush it. I was always told not to, but I googled it so you don't have to. Here's what the Tampax website has to say. Like many supplies used for personal or medical care, tampons cannot be recycled or flushed. Tampons cannot be processed by wastewater treatment facilities and they can harm septic systems. So the options are either fuck up waste treatment facilities or have them chewed up by a dog. The more you know. He just laughed and said, "Don't worry about it," but fuck me. Well, that was unexpected. Are people actually asking why you didn't flush a tampon? It's absorbing and expands. If you ever flush a tampon or a pad, good luck with your plumbing lamau. They belong in the trash bin. I laughed and then felt bad about it. That must have been horrifying for you. It was. I wanted to hide in a hole for the rest of my life. But looking back now, it's hilarious, so laugh away. Hydrogen peroxide will fix the mess. I was scrolling to the comments just to see if no one said this. Hydrogen peroxide makes it go away really well. No hot water though, it desaturates the protein and it's a pain to remove the stain. Wow, that sucks. Before I found out you're not supposed to flush them, I was like 15. I was at my then boyfriend's parents' place on an acid rage and flushed one. Then the next time I was over, his mom pulled me aside and asked that I don't do that cause it fucked up their whole septic tank. FML, that was so embarrassing. But she was really sweet about it. Oh no, that's even worse, having to be taken to the side and have a talking to. At least she was decent about it.